All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justmoparjoe. I wanted to do a quick recap video and kind of explain where I want to go for this year's racing season. At the end of last year, right before No Name Nationals, I swapped in a 512 that I built with Rick Seaman, and I was able to go out and test it twice before the event. Right before the event, I swapped on my 850 AED carburetor. I think it's their competition series deal they sent me, and the car picked up 3 or 4 miles per hour. So I want to show you some comparison videos between my best pass with the old carburetor and my best pass with the new carburetor. But I haven't made that best pass yet because since I swapped the carburetor on, I've yet to have traction. So my first step for this year, since I am a bracket racer, I can run any tire in the world that will fit under the car. And this car has been back halved. It is tubbed, and it has ladder bars. So I've got a set of slicks I want to try before we go out, and I want to show that to you now. So here's old versus new. You can see the clear difference. I haven't actually checked the height on these. This tire has 9 pounds in it right now, which I'll probably run slightly less. About 10 3/4 on the ground. And if we get to the patch here that's actually ever touched, see the difference? So 3/4 inches wider patch and much taller. A lot more rubber going down is going to help me out, I do believe. And these slicks are about 4 years old. They may be on their way out, but they've got plenty of tread left. So I'm just going to have to see, and it may take 2 or 3 burnouts to get them back alive. But I've ran older tires, but never with this much torque. So we'll see how it goes. Let me get them bolted on real quick. So under the car, we got over 2.5 inches to the inside. I mean, it's basically a full tub. And outside, probably the same. If I can get my camera up there. Yeah, 2 1/4 maybe. So I can go way wider on tires. So I'm not really worried about that. I would just, if I could not spend $700 right now on a new set of slicks, I'd run these dudes if they'll work. But the car was set up for slicks, and I think I'm going back to it because I need consistency. I don't care about speed. I don't care about a class. I care about consistency. So big change number 2 coming here. I'm gonna do away with this old regulator. I think it was fine when I had the 400 in here, but I need to be moving more fuel, and I'm gonna run a larger line up to my carburetor, or maybe even dual lines, just run one front and rear. But instead of having the old, it's getting chalky, Holly style regulator like this, I do have a 1/2 inch inlet, a black pump hook to it, but it deadheads here. So a lot of people will tell you, oh man, it's, you kill fuel pumps eventually. This one's lasted a couple of years, been great, but in the past I have killed a few fuel pumps in my day. But I'm going to run a return line. In order to do that, I have the Moroso fuel log. So it's kind of cool. I learned about this from Mr. Rodney Bird. You got your big dog inlet on the end. Then you get 4 outlets and a gauge port. And then you get to run out of it. There. So it basically regulates as it goes. And I may have the ends backwards. I'm assuming this is the inlet, but I don't know. I have to look up the instructions. But that's going to get my fuel where I need it to go instead of the old restrictive style Hollies. And it comes with its little washers you put in. So just unscrewing here and adding, there's a spring. And there's a valve. Pretty simple. And to me, it seems basically fail-proof. And there she is. That was the last one Summit Racing had, so I jumped on it. So I'll get that put in. We'll be able to flow some more fuel, and that'll be nice. I do think I can probably run my nitrous plate off of it and run a couple ports up to my carburetor or whatever I need to do there. All right, next step, and I know this is gonna hurt a lot of y'all's hearts. I'm losing my chrome valve covers. Thanks to my buddy Aaron, if y'all saw my a couple videos back, 2 or 3, went over to Farmington and met him, picked up a bunch of parts. And in the parts was a couple pair of cast aluminum Mopar performance valve covers. And I don't know what year they're from. It doesn't, I don't guess it super matters. I mean, I would assume the older ones were made better than new, but if I had to guess, they are probably 20 years old at least, but in really nice shape. They're not beat up, damaged, or any of that. I'm just going with the raw aluminum ones here. I thought it would kind of match my intake, and I'll put a little slight polish on, not a big deal. I think they work well with those blue Moroso gaskets I got on here, and I got some stainless studs, stainless nuts and washers to hold it all down. So should be a trick setup, and I can finally ditch my custom made wings here, because I was fighting valve cover leaks, if you could imagine, with these valve covers, and it was just enough to basically hit the header and burn. It wasn't a catastrophic dripper on the racetrack or anything like that. Let me pop this thing off, and while I got both these off, I'm also going to relash my valves, since this is a solid rubber cam, and I haven't done that since No Name. And my last pass at No Name, I accidentally spun at 7,500 RPM. So just checking everything while they're off. It's probably good. The engine maybe has 30 passes, maybe on it. So I'll be right back. Now that looks so much better. Absolutely does. I just left these bare. I can paint them later. I can do anything I want to. But I figured, leave them alone. They were clean and nice. My stainless steel fasteners in. And I guess that kind of finishes up my secret plan. Drew's building my transmission now. The good transmission, I got a spare in. It bang shifts, but it doesn't have all the good cope goodies in it, so the other one will be unbreakable, I think. I guess my finished goal of the year is go out, test, drag race, and maybe win something. I don't know. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you next time. Might as well start it if I got the valves adjusted right. That reminds me. I got the new battery ready. Got to get that on there. All right, Mopar people.